Welcome to Along for the Ride. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are here at Kings Island. You can see that tower in the back.
Oh yeah.
And what are we going to talk about, Rach?
Okay, so I think anytime you go on a trip, you should have some tips. Because let us figure it all out for you.
And we've spent quite a few days here.
We have.
And I think we've got it pretty much figured out.
We do.
So,
and if we can try some things, we did some things that I regret doing, and there were some things that were like, oh yeah, that was good. So we're gonna share all of those things for you, and maybe even a little bit more. And so
keep watching to find them out.
Due to long lines and security, this tip is to carry less bags. A fanny pack would be like an ideal thing to have. If that's something, or a hip pack, whatever you're calling them these days, that is an ideal item to have, because you can see that we're going to be waiting in security for, it's been just a few minutes, but definitely packing light is a huge tip. Okay, so we made it through security, and it is such a good tip to pack light. If you have a hip pack or a backpack, wear it through. Don't load up your stroller until after you get through security.
Yes.
That way, if it's a bag that's at the very bottom of your stroller, you're not rummaging through all of your things to get that one item that set off the security detector, and then you're gonna have to unpack everything. So I went ahead and left my backpack on my back. We have our diaper bag separate, and then now we're gonna pause, regroup, reorganize before we go into the park. But that tip is so valuable. Like, it saves us so much time.
And then now you're seeing, as we walk in through security, to purchase tickets or season passes, this is the booth to buy those things. You might want to do that ahead of time before you get here. You can buy it on the app, you can buy it on the website. And then here at Kings Island, they are cashless. So obviously, cashes are tender here in the United States, but they can require you to use a machine that converts your money and it puts it onto a card, basically like a gift card. You use that like cash, and then any remaining money you have at the end of the day, it will reimburse you that from that card. So that is something you're gonna wanna do when you first get into the park, or think about that before you come to Kings Island, and know that that's gonna be what's going to happen. What's happening?
There are kiosks that will let you do it later in the park if you don't do it here.
Oh,
and
awesome.
They're pretty conveniently located. I think you'll pass probably a half dozen of them just wandering around the park. So they're
available.
They're available, yeah.
To go along with getting your tickets in advance, you will also want to try and get your fast lane tickets in advance. As you can see, there's a line inside the park for fast lane here. You don't want to wait in that. So try to get that in advance as well to avoid lines. Here at Kings Island, if you want a parent swap pass, you have to go to this help center. You do not go to guest services. You can also get your child measured here, so make sure you go to the help center rather than guest services.
My next tip is about going on the weekend versus going on a weekday. Now, I don't know if you can tell from this video, but we're not here at park opening. It's about an hour after the park is opened, and the difference in the crowd is just absolutely crazy. Just looking at the wait times between a weekday versus a weekend, there's no comparison. So obviously not everyone has a schedule that allow them to come through the week. But if there is a day that's a non-holiday through the week that you are able to take a vacation day or come with your family, we highly, highly recommend that, because we were able to complete a challenge on a weekday, and I highly doubt that's going to happen here on a Saturday. Next tip at Kings Island, and this is specific for Kings Island, stop and enjoy the fountains. You're going to want to stop, get pictures with the Eiffel Tower, enjoy this wonderful fountain show. There are lights in the evening. Make sure you see it in both the daytime and the nighttime. It is just so cool, and it's hands down my favorite thing here at Kings Island. That's right, they do have my favorite roller coaster at Kings Island, but this is up there with Orion. So just enjoy the theming. It is so pretty.
Okay, I grabbed myself a Starbucks because, well, I
I needed it. And it's a nice frozen Java chip Frappuccino. But that leads me to my next tip. Here at Kings Island, you can use your Gold Pass or your Platinum Pass to get you a 10% discount on your coffee. So this ended up being almost $1 cheaper. So that was a pretty awesome thing. So if you do have a Gold or Platinum Pass, make sure that you use your discount. And it even works here in the Starbucks location. And I will say this is a very quiet spot. So if you are looking for a place to just like relax for a minute, get away from the craziness of a theme park, it's a very large indoor sitting location. So this might be a place for you to just unwind for a minute and just have your coffee. Just drink your coffee before you continue your day.
I genuinely think only at a theme park is your Starbucks cheaper or the same price as a bottle of water. And that brings me to another tip. Make sure you're drinking water. I know that water is expensive at theme parks, but you can bring in unopened water bottles into the park. You can also bring in a refillable cup. Also, ask for a free cup of water. They do that and they'll give you a nice cold iced water. So I know that the Starbucks costs the same as a bottle of water, but you need to do that. Stay hydrated. As I sip my cappuccino. Frappuccino.
Stay hydrated too at the water park.
And I know what you're thinking. She just recommended Starbucks. Well, it's not just because it's Starbucks, but this location happens to be one of my favorite locations for Starbucks. They were very calm. They got the coffee out really quickly. And when you're in a theme park, let's be honest, you need coffee. So that's why Starbucks made our list.
We did drink in the car and the food in the car.
Okay, so don't bring food and drink into the park. Is there any other tips that you have?
You can bring keys or bags in the car. Gotta leave them in the car.
Okay. So make sure before you come into the park, you know what you can take into the park and what's not allowed, right? That's such a good tip, Anna.
I got a tip.
Okay.
It's a different one. Guys, before you get in here, you gotta make sure you put all your stuff in the car. And whatever car you got, then you can put them in it.
Okay, so getting into a park can be stressful and you're like, what to do? What do we do next? What's our plan? You all know what my tip is gonna be. Have a ride plan. I cannot stress this enough. I don't care if you're going to Disney World, Universal, Cedar Point, a local little tiny water park. You are doing yourself a disservice if you do not have a ride plan before you walk into the park. You consider your family, you're gonna wanna consider your children's heights. Anything that you can do in advance to kind of plan is something that I highly, highly recommend. That way you do everything you wanna do and skip the things that don't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what we do as far as a ride plan. When coming to Kings Island, we want to first assess how much time we have. We think that you really should, if you can, if you want to do absolutely everything, including everything over in Planet Snoopy, 2 days was really, really helpful for us. So keep that in mind. You can do it in 1 day if you're not going to include a lot of the Planet Snoopy things. But if you are, or you're going to plan on going to the water park, you're going to want to allot some extra time. Are you gonna keep interrupting my video?
Yeah.
What? Do you wanna tell them what ride we think you should do first when you get into the park? Into Kings Island. Do you know what ride I suggest doing very first?
The silly one.
The silly one? Nope, that's not my recommendation. It's called Flight of Fear.
Are you so tired? Then you can lay on a cozy thing in the water park. It's a walking thing. Are you tired? And also there's 2 carousels, the peanut carousel and no peanut carousel. Bye.
Back to our ride planning. We really try to figure out what it is that we want to do before we get here. And if you're looking to accomplish the roller coasters,
We recommend if you have a platinum or a gold pass, get here before the time that they allow you in. So if they're allowing you in at 10:30 early, get here at 10 so that you are ready to go into the park. You are parked and in the park by 10:30 so you can use your extra time wisely. Now, some of the rides that you really want to keep in mind, we recommend doing Flight of Fear if that is available on the day that you can come early. Do that first thing. And if it's not available, make sure you do that as soon as the park opens to the public. The reason for that, we've noticed that that ride has a much longer loading time. So it takes a little bit longer for you to load, unload, and that line will back up fairly quickly.
Flight of Fear first.
That's right, do Flight of Fear first, and do you know why?
No,
Okay, well let's find out. How about that?
because you got to get it one line fast.
That's right, Anna. It does consistently have a long line the entire day. Even on a slower day, we saw a line of an hour. So that is something you're gonna wanna consider and try to do first thing. Our next choice would be Orion. However, Orion, I've noticed, does have a fantastic load and unload system going. They have multiple trains, and it doesn't seem like that line ever is actually as long as the posted wait time. Seems to go a little bit quicker. I don't know if it's because they can take so many people at once and unload so many people at once, but that is something to consider. I would do that, you know, sooner in the morning or wait till later in the evening. Maybe ride both because it's a cool experience to see it during the day and at night. But that would be, if we're going to do a ride plan, we like to do Flight of Fear, and then because Orion's right next to it, go ahead and get that done as well. Really don't like to backtrack in the park as much as possible, so we do try to handle this park in a circular motion. So we will start at the very front, with the exception of skipping to Flight of Fear and Orion first, and then we start backtracking back to the very front left-hand side of the park, and then we go all the way around until it's completed. Now, your other option, if you have kids, you're gonna maybe want to start at Planet Snoopy, because that does get busy too, and then work the park the opposite direction. And by then, by the time you get over there, hopefully those bigger roller coasters have a lower wait time. But if you are here for the sole purpose of making sure you ride every single coaster, like we did in our roller coaster challenge, we'll link that video down below. That way you can get as many roller coasters in as we did, which was 11 coasters plus that bonus kids coaster. So we were able to do 12 coasters in one day just by ride planning.
We are at the top of the Eiffel Tower right now at Kings Island. You can see some fantastic views up here. It is really a cool experience. If you are afraid of heights, this may not be for you, but you are pretty secure. I am a bit afraid of heights, but I feel very safe considering there are like giant bars and things blocking you from. Yes, totally. And it doesn't move. It is a little like, it makes you a little nervous for sure, but this is a really cool experience just to see the park from above, get some really cool pictures and videos, and you know, you can almost map out your day, what you want to do while you're up here, so it's kind of cool. Here comes the train. Here is Soak City. You can take the train or you can walk on the trail. And the Tropical Twister is what's right in front of us, this blue one. Looks super fun. It's like crazy twisted.
Thank you. If you look off to your right, you will see our engine house with your trains that here at night. If you look inside, you may just see the engine number 12 taking a very nice nap.
Just got off of the train. It is Saturday at 3 o'clock p.m. and the water park is open until about 7. Let me just say, my tip is if you are going to the water park, you need to get there right as it opens, because even just driving past it on the train, it was so crowded. And also, if you're able to do this on a weekday, that is ideal, because
everyone, it is warm and toasty. Everybody right now is trying to get a little bit cooled off in the water. So I would say my first tip, try a weekday. Second thing, I would avoid the train at all costs, especially on a Saturday during the week, during the mid part of the day. That was absolute craziness. If you're looking for just a train ride, there really was no theming. It really was just, let's drive you to Soak City and back. So it's just like all around. It took us quite a while because we sat at Soak City until they filled the train back up to go back. And that took quite a while. So I would say that was like a 35-minute round trip situation, not including the time that we actually waited to get onto the train. So all in all, we probably spent about 45 minutes doing our train tour. I'm glad that we did it because we got to see some views of the rides. But for a normal day guest, I don't think that that's something that I would recommend unless your children are obsessed with trains. But that is something I would maybe do at a different park. And if you're going to the water park, it looks like on the map it's really deceiving, but the walk is actually looking shorter than the walk to get back to the train and then having to like go on the train, pack all your things in, wait for everybody else to get in there. There is no line for the train, so it's just kind of mayhem. So my tip is avoid the train. So those were our tips for here at Kings Island. We hope you enjoyed our video. Please comment down below if there's something that we missed or if there's anything that you've
learned along the way,
that you tried, that you really appreciated. We really love to learn more and more about the parks. That's why we do these videos, and we want to share that information with you.
Then you can have a good time too.
Yes. So if you haven't already subscribed, consider doing so. We make weekly videos on theme parks. We right now are doing a series on Cedar Point and Kings Island. So please join so
Michigan
we can
Adventure
share.
too.
There you go. We got them all. So we will see you in our next video. Thank you.